Howdy folks, it's time for some sports card talk. Today I'm making a VR for 3D 80s kid. He asked us to make a VR about a side PC, kind of like a secondary genre we might have that we might be interested in. And I decided to go with my vintage football card collection. But these aren't really football cards. I actually I'm trying to do a Sammy Baugh collection more than anything. And what I have here is I've got these matchbooks of Sammy Baugh. I have one from 1939, 41, 42, and 51. They're pretty similar. This is the 39, and they show the schedule on the back. This one was sponsored by Ross Jewelers in 1939. This is the 1941. It's the same photo of Sam Baugh, but different sponsor. It's Home Laundry. The back is pretty similar, but again, it's got the Home Laundry in there, and it's got the 1941 schedule. And once again, 42, again similar, but that was sponsored by Home Laundry. And it's got the 1942 schedule on the back. And the next one, that was the last one produced in 42, and then they have to jump again to 1951. In 1951, there was another set of matchbooks printed, and this was by Arcade Pontiac in Washington, D.C. This one did not have a schedule on the back. It's got the Redskins logo on there, but these four matchbooks came as they were issued with a team set. So I really was mostly interested in Sammy Baugh because I'm more or less a Sammy Baugh collector. But I went ahead and I've picked these up over the years. As far as I know, there was no matchbooks made between Redskins matchbooks made between 1942 and 1951, and there was one made in 1940, which I had been looking for a while, and just all of a sudden around Christmas time, what did I find on eBay? I found the 1940, and I was trying to be cheap this Christmas with my card collecting, but when I saw this, I had to have it. So it kind of fell in the collection there. So that's my Sammy Baugh. Another interesting item is an exhibit card of Sammy Baugh from the 1940s. This actually it's quite a nice looking card. It's got a crease in there, but it was a good deal, and it shows him off really well. The crease is more or less toward the bottom. Like most of these exhibit cards, they're blank on the back. This one happened to be stamped postcard on the back, but all I really cared about is the front anyway. And that's just an exhibit card from the early 1940s. The only other Sammy Baugh I have from the traditional Bowman cards is 1950 Sammy Baugh, 1950 Bowman. It's a lower grade card. I wish it didn't have the crease through his face, but I actually got that a long time ago, and I went ahead and had it graded just because I just felt like having it graded. Probably shouldn't have bothered grading it, but it does look pretty good in the SGC tuxedo here. And there's the back, and it talks about his some of his playing days. It actually mentions an interesting fact that Sammy Baugh actually played minor league baseball for the in the St. Louis Cardinals organization, but he just didn't get much playing time in the minor leagues. So he decided that he was not going to pursue baseball, and he decided to go to football instead, so which was probably a good choice for him. Slingin Sammy Baugh is probably the best overall football player of all time. He played at Texas Christian University, and TCU, the Horned Frogs, are looking real good right now, and they're having a magical season right now. And so I thought it was kind of timely to point out that Sammy Baugh was a star at TCU. He was an All-American in 1935 and 1936, and he led TCU to 2 bowl game wins. And he's basically a legend for the Horned Frogs. In the 1937 NFL draft, he was drafted in the first round by the Washington Redskins. So let's show off Redskins logo here, the traditional Redskins logo. He was drafted in the first round by the Washington Redskins. You know, like I said, he considered playing baseball, but he just didn't get much playing time in the Cardinals organization in the minors. So he went for football, and in 1937, in his first year in the NFL, he leads the Washington Redskins to the NFL championship. He would later lead the Redskins to an NFL championship in 1942. Sammy Baugh was primarily a quarterback, but he was also a defensive back and a punter. He excelled at basically all aspects of the game. In 1943, Baugh led the NFL in passing. He also led it in defensive interceptions as a defensive back and in punting. He has a punting record that is still the record today. Sam Baugh basically transformed the game from basically a running game into a passing and running game. Because he was such a great passer, the norm for offenses was more or less just running. And then, like I said, Sammy Baugh helped transform that into a more of a passing game. In 1947, on Sammy Baugh Day, he would throw 6 touchdowns in a single game. So that was quite an interesting feat. He played in the NFL from 1937 to 1952. After retiring, he coached for a little bit in both in college and the pros. He has the distinction of being the first head coach of the New York Titans football team in the AFL. He later would coach the Houston Oilers for a season. And Sammy Baugh became a charter member of the NFL Hall of Fame in 1963. And I'd like to thank 3D80s Kid for holding this VR contest. And if possible, please check out his channel. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button and make a comment and subscribe. And remember to collect what you like, not what other people tell you to collect. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.